have our invocation, and then we'll go straight into the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone, please stand. Let's pray.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this time of allowing us to come out and conduct the business of the great city of Northport. Give each council person wisdom, guide us in the way that you would have us to lead our city. Thank you for the beautiful day we've had today. Still always remember the cleanup of our sister communities who've gone through the rough weather the last few weeks. Thank you all for bringing them through safely as they did. Just let us be a blessing to them and help them any way that we can. Just thank you for loving us. These things we ask. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we go into the roll call, I would like to say it's good to see Councilwoman Bobo back here in the council chambers, so glad to have you back. All right, Mr. McCollum, if you would, please call roll.
All right, Councilwoman Bobo.
Present.
Councilman Washington.
Here.
Councilwoman.
Here.
Councilwoman Dykes.
Here.
And President Hall.
Here. All right, item 4 is presentations. We have 2 on the list tonight. First is Tuscaloosa County Park and Recreation. This is a check presentation for the foundation of Para. The previous mayor and council had decided to use the Northport First Funds, which was our 1-cent sales tax that was enacted in fall of 2019, to give $250,000 to the Para Foundation Board. This is for the all-inclusive park that they are building at Sokol Park. We are very honored to be a partner of this, and want to make sure that all the kids in Tuscaloosa County, no matter what their abilities are able to have good quality of life services and be able to enjoy parks and recreation just like anyone else. So with that being said, I do want to thank former Mayor Donna Aaron, former Councilman Tony Roberts, former Councilman Jay Logan, of course, Dr. Hinton, former Councilman Robbie Davis, for seeing the need for that and being able to go forward. So at this time, I think we have just a check. We just want to have a check presentation to Para, and I will ask Dr. Hinton and myself if we can, since I think we were the only 2 that's still here from the last council to present this check tonight. So, and I can tell you that every council person here and the mayor as well believes in this as well, and very happy and very honored to see the city of Northport partaking in this.
For the playground.
Let's take a picture or 2, and then if you really don't, just talk about the.
Here you come look good with that mask on.
Yes, if you'll give us a little update on where we're at on the park and the mission, and just anything that you can add to it.
First of all, thank you for the support. This has been one of the biggest things. It's been worked together on with all of the local governments in a long time, and we appreciate it. And actually, it's literally across the street from Northport residents. Northport residents are closest to this than any other residents, and You will be able to go and enjoy this. May 1st, we'll be opening the first phase of this on May 1st, and we hope to make this through generation of more funds and grants and things, the biggest all-accessible playground in the state of Alabama, and people will certainly travel here to enjoy playing with it. And you know, we have a lot of people in our community that have that are handicapped or have special needs, and so this park will serve everyone, but it is specifically focused on that group. But everybody can play on it. It's for all kids. And Adrian can update you on the project. She is the playground designer. We're lucky to have her. She worked for Game Time for over a decade, and we're fortunate to have her in this community.
Hey there. Are you saying I'm short? So as you can see, as Gary said, it's located in the heart of Tuscaloosa County at Sokol Park. During the first phase, what is going on right now, we have the seamless transitional poured rubber surfacing that's going through the area, as you can see on here. The playground equipment has already been installed. Pavilion is being worked on right now. The pavilion is unique in the way that all of the bathrooms are accessible, and they have changing tables. The family size restroom has an adult changing table. The main part of phase 1, there are 3 phases, was the infrastructure. In phase 1, we expanded the existing parking lot to accompany 34 additional spaces, and half of those are ADA spaces, and there's a turnaround at the beginning, at the front entrance, for vans and buses. So we're very excited about this project, and this, as far as I know, it's the first time that all of our governing bodies have come together and really worked hard towards something that the community wanted, and it's been a pleasure and an honor to work for the Para Foundation during this project. So thank you to the City of Northport.
I'd just like to say that it's be very difficult for me to vote against something like this for special needs kids. Very important. And then it's just across the street from District 3 that I serve. And so I'm just delighted that we could help in this way. Mr. Fawcett, too, just appreciate all you do.
Next under presentations is item B. This is the April business of the month. And Mayor Herndon, if you'll call up our special guest.
I'm going to take my mask off, and I'm going to pick it up. As has been our habit for at least from 08 through 16 and starting back in 20, we recognize a business of the month in the city of Northport. It's somebody that has stayed the course, has had their business here. Of course, we're always trying to recruit new businesses, more things for our citizens to have a better quality of life, but we never want to forget the existing businesses. So every month, a council person or myself will have a business of the month. And this month is my choice, and I got Sam Phillips here. Now, I've been knowing Sam since he was in the nursery at church. He's gotten older, but I haven't. But anyway, I'm honored to do this. Whereas Government of Northport, Alabama celebrates men and women who choose Northport as the location of his or her local small business and the contributions to our local economy and community. And whereas Northport, Alabama supports our local businesses that create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserve our neighborhoods. And whereas Sam Phillips knows the importance of community and has a homegrown love for Northport. And whereas Mr. Phillips opened Sam Phillips All-State Insurance Agency in March of 2018 in the heart of Northport, and whereas his agency has been awarded the All-State Premier Agency for 2 years in a row, and whereas his business continues to grow and thrive, he shares this success in his giving back to Northport. Now therefore, I, Bobby Herndon, by the authority vested in me as mayor of the great city of Northport, Alabama, do hereby proclaim Sam Phillips All-State Insurance Agency to be April 2021 Business of the Month in the city of Northport, and express our appreciation for their continued contributions to the quality of life and well-being of our citizens. Sam, I appreciate you, man, very much. Oh, picture, I'm sorry. I thought you was gonna make a speech or sing a song.
I'm good.
All right, man.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Congratulations, Sam. Appreciate you being here tonight with us. Item 5 is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilman Hinton, second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 6 is visitors to address the council. Before we go into that, I do want to say we do have a special visitor here in the audience. I'd like to welcome Ms. Glenda Webb. That will be joining us very soon, so thank you for being here tonight. Item A is principals from Northport Schools. If you would, whoever's going to speak, or if everyone's going to speak, state your name and address for the record, and thank you for being here.
Good afternoon. I'm Darrell Williams, the principal of Tuscaloosa County High School. I've met you before. I'm here this evening. I know that you've already brought the checks out and distributed to all the schools on behalf of the Northport Educational Fund. But we want to take an opportunity to just say thank you. One of our jobs as a principal is to make sure that we try to cover all the bases in our schools. My school in particular is over 20 years old. There's some that's older than that within your city. And so facility is a big issue for us. Technology is a big issue for us. And a lot of times getting those funds is hard. We can only sell so many cakes, cookies, those types of things. And so for the city of Northport to come in and give us money to help in that area has been a huge asset for us this year. And we just want to take the opportunity to say thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
we do really appreciate that.
I'm Jason Stapp. I'm the principal of Eccles Middle School, and I just wanted to personally thank you guys for the impact that this money will make on our school. Promise you that I know that we have a great team of administrators here that will be good stewards, great stewards of the money that you guys have funded us with, and it does, make me glad that I don't have to sell as many meat sticks and things like that that we have to sell on a regular basis to fund. Our focus is technology. Technology is changing so fast, we can't keep up with it. We can't maintain our technology, and you can imagine putting technology in the hands of middle school kids. It's frightening to hand them a brand new computer or a laptop, but we know that they have to have it. They have to utilize it on a daily basis, and we have never been able to do that. And our funding will definitely allow us to provide technology for our students. And like I said, as a lifelong resident of Northport, I'm so thankful, to be a part of Northport and the council and Mayor Herndon and what y'all are doing for our community and our school communities as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm Mary Jean Sutton from Flatwoods Elementary, and we are very grateful to all of you. Thank you. I won't give a long speech.
I guess we are all going for a second. I'm Steve Sims. I'm the principal at Collins Riverside Middle School, and like I was saying, we have some old buildings, and so the funds that you guys have donated have been much appreciated. We thank you for taking the time to think of us I know I've spoken to several of the councilmen, especially Mr. Washington, about the issues and needs that we have. But I want to just say thank you for supporting us and allowing us to get the technology, the resources for our teachers, you know, refurbish classrooms and do some of the things that we're doing on our campuses. So thank you again.
Thank you.
I'm Andrea Hamner. I'm the principal at Huntington Place. And some of my children made y'all some cards thanking you for all that you've done for us. We did purchase iPads with the first $25,000, but as we're transitioning to a K-4 school, we have some needs for Huntington Place, so the second bit of money is going to go to that, and I'm meeting with the teachers. That'll be those K-4 teachers to help decide what we're going to spend the money on. We're looking at playground equipment, library books to help meet the needs of those younger students. So thank you so much. So I'll give these to Mayor Herndon. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Dr. Prince. I am the proud principal at Crestmont Elementary School. And with the first check of $25,000, I am proudly to say that Crestmont Elementary is now a one-to-one school, which means that all of our students have devices. So thank you so much again for that contribution. It really helped and changed the trajectory of our school. So thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Kim Lavender, principal of Matthews Elementary School in Northport. And we are a Title I school, but as you know, there are certain things we cannot purchase with Title I funds. So we greatly appreciate everything that we can now purchase with your support. So thank you, and we have a letter as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Janaea Monroe. I'm principal at Fawcett Vestavia Elementary School. And on behalf of the Vikings, I'd like to thank you so very much for the grant funds. We've been able to purchase technology, replace technology, purchase library books, and it's been greatly needed and greatly appreciated. So again, thank you.
Thank you. We do really appreciate everyone coming tonight, and it sounds like that technology is one of the main sticking points on any child in their education. And when this idea was thought of with Dr. Hinton and putting this together and us enacting the 1 cent sales tax, that we're able to do extra things like this, when it all comes to fruition, you can see how it builds in the community and how these things work together. So we do really appreciate everything that you do for the children of Northport and for your continued support of our children and the education system. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you.
And before we leave, I just want to tell you, you guys are my heroes. Educators, you know, military, police, I put all of you on the same pedestal. But you don't get said or told enough how much you are appreciated and loved. But, you know, I'll tell you, I love you. I appreciate you. Just keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Any member of council would like to add to anything that Mayor Herndon said?
I'm just thankful that they were willing to take the time, as busy as they are, to come.
I didn't get that. Try tapping.
Yeah. Siri, neither did I. Sorry about that, Dr. Minton.
I'm not sure I understand.
Whatever.
I don't know how anybody else follows that up, but y'all are welcome to. All right. Next, under item 6B is Mr. Ronnie Prysock. Mr. Prysock?
Mr. President, I don't see Ronnie here, but what he was going to talk about, he'd asked me a few weeks ago, Northport lacks severely, well, in fact, we don't have any tornado shelters. And he was going to be addressing the council tonight as a concerned citizen, just wanting to see what we could do to start working on getting some tornado shelters for our city. So whatever funding processes we can get or whatever steps we have to go through, they're much needed. But anyway, that's what he was going to talk about tonight.
Okay. And 6C is Miss Janet Porter, in regards to Pinnacle Group. Ms. Porter? Janet Porter. Okay, Ms. Porter is not here tonight. We will go on to item 7A1, which is a second reading of ordinance amending Article 18 of the Northport Municipal Code regarding sex offender residence and employment restrictions. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President. Before I do that, I want to congratulate Dr. Hinton. Sometimes it's hard to determine who people are with their mask on, and he was able to see Sam Fawcett clear across the room, and I'm sure his pants had absolutely nothing to do with that. But he left me before I could say that. Anyway, the matter on the agenda, this is simply to bring the Northport Municipal Code in compliance with state law. And it's just a housekeeping measure. We'd ask it's ready for approval by the council.
Okay, so this ordinance brings the Northport Municipal Code in compliance with Alabama state law, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes.
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8A1 is a first reading of an ordinance ordering demolition of an unsafe structure located at 3210 Mystic Lake Way. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. The building inspectors have found this structure located at 3210 Mystic Lake Way as unsafe and have declared that this structure is dangerous to the public health. They are recommending that the structure be demolished. All necessary procedures have been followed. There will be a second reading and a public hearing at the April 19th council meeting.
Okay. Would anyone like to offer that for a first reading? I'll offer that for a first reading. 8A2 is the first reading of rezoning of approximately 7.97 acres located at 1017 MLK Junior Boulevard. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. McGifford Properties LLC is requesting a rezoning of approximately 8 acres that is located at 1017 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. That request is, the current zoning is office institutional, and the request is a rezoning to light industrial. The developer is proposing an office warehouse use, and this does come with a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission.
Okay. Any member of council would like to offer that for a first reading?
I will.
That's offered up by Councilwoman Bobo. 8A3 is the first reading of a permanent resolution appointing a city administrator. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President. This resolution approves the contract of employment with Ms. Webb. We would ask that you suspend the rules and go ahead and consider that for passage tonight.
Okay. Would any member of council like to move to suspend the rules in order to immediately consider appointing a city administrator?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilwoman Dykes. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Hinton. We are under suspension of rules. Mr. McCullum, if you will, call roll, please.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes.
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Would any member of council like to move to approve the resolution appointing city administrator?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilwoman Bobo. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Washington. And this is for Ms. Glenda Webb. So, any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Hinton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes.
Yes.
And President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Hey, it's official now, so. AB1 is resolution to authorize Human Resources to begin a search for a permanent city engineer. This comes out of the admin committee. Or Mr. Rose, if you want to.
Yes, sir. This resolution would authorize the HR department to conduct our typical search for a city engineer, full-time, classified position that's been vacant for some time.
And this search will be a normal, just 2-week period or so?
Correct. That's correct.
And then we will vet the names, go through the
It-
process?
Well, it's a civil service position, so they would actually vet them first, and then they
Yes.
would come to the council. It is a department head level position, so it is a council hire.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Any member of council would like to move to approve this resolution authorizing the Human Resources Department to take the necessary steps to begin a search for a permanent city engineer?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilwoman Dykes. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington, Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B2 is resolution awarding bid for Montgomery Farms sewer pump station improvements. Mr. Webb.
Yes, President Logan. Wet well of this pump station had some issues we repaired. We were having groundwater and dirt infiltrate the station. That caused the generator and control panels to be dislodged. The pad's broken, electrical conduit's broken. The project we have tonight will repair those and get everything up to standards. We took 3 bids, and the lowest bidder was Double Diamond, second was Goldman, and third was Price Civil. We recommend going with the low bidder.
Okay. Is there a member of council who'd like to move to approve the resolution awarding the construction contract bid for the Montgomery Farms sewer pump station improvement project to Double Diamond Construction Company, Inc. in the amount of $41,500, and to authorize the city administrator to execute the necessary documents and requisitions needed to approve this project?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
AB3 is resolution accepting the Identity Theft Prevention Program Annual Report. Mr. Webb.
President Hogg, in '09, city passed resolution 0921 establishing the identity theft prevention program required by the Federal Trade Commission. This is also known as the red flag rule. The program requires that an annual report be made to city council, and the report has, among other things, the effectiveness of the program and any recommendations and revisions. This year, we're pleased to announce we have not experienced any identity theft problems. Cautions outlined in the adopted program have been implemented, and we have also had no issues with our third-party billing company, Computer Networks Incorporated. We're recommending y'all accept the report with no recommendations.
Okay. So no recommended changes, and the Utilities Billing Department has not experienced any identity theft problems in the last 12 months. And this is just an annual report that is required to be presented to the council annually, and for us to move to adopt the resolution acknowledging the receipt, review, and approval of this annual report regarding the red flag rule. Okay? Is there any member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilwoman Bobo. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Dykes. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCullum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8B4 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator's office to enter into agreement with Shoal Engineering Company, Inc. for consulting services. Mr. Varnon.
Yes, sir, President Hogg. This is for hydrology services. We had some culverts fail on Twin Oaks Road, I think June of last year. Councilman Hinton's been getting a lot of questions. This is on a mapped stream, so we have to have the culverts designed and also a no-rise certificate issued. So this will provide those services.
Okay. So this is consulting services for the hydraulic design for replacement of a failed culvert on Twin Oaks Road.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to approve this resolution? That's a motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
8C is our consent agenda. These range from minutes, bill listings, travel, training, PO requisitions. Is there any member of council that would like to move to approve the consent agenda as printed?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilwoman Bobo. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. McCollum.
Councilwoman Bobo,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Hinton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes,
Yes.
President Hogg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item 9 is reports of special committees of council. Is there any member of council that would like to give an update on their committee? Okay,
President,
go ahead.
Finance Committee and the Administrative Committee usually meet together, so we'll be meeting next Tuesday. That's the 13th, I believe, of April at 4:00 p.m.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, there are no public hearings tonight. Item 11, city administrator's business.
Only item I have, Mr. President, is the League of Municipalities Annual Business Session. We need to have representation there. We need to submit, I think, within the next couple of weeks, our delegates to that meeting. It will be May 12th through the 15th in Huntsville. The annual business session will be on May 14th at 3:30 in the afternoon at the Von Braun Center. I would ask that whomever is going to attend, please advise the administrator so I can submit those to the league so we can be adequately represented and voting at the meeting.
Okay. Is there any member of council that just knows off the top of their head at this moment that they would be available to attend the annual business session for the League of Municipalities?
Is that on a weekend?
It says May 12th through the 15th, which I believe would be Wednesday through Saturday, with the business session being held on Friday, May 14th.
I'll be conducting a wedding ceremony that weekend.
Okay. I know I cannot attend either. Mr. McCollum, is this, would the member of council or the mayor's office have to attend all days, or could they just go on the Friday?
Oh,
for their business session?
the business session on that one day is where we need to have delegates
Right.
designated for that meeting. And it says the league conducts its business session. We have a voting delegate, and, it can be any one of the, I don't know what the requirements are. I don't know if it can be it has to be an
Has to be an
elected
elected
official. Cannot be an appointed official, so.
Right.
Even though I could volunteer it, I couldn't vote for the city.
Understood.
And it's beyond my tenure anyway.
An agenda yet, Marty?
I'm not absolute certain, but I will see to it that it's distributed. What would probably be at this point the appropriate thing to do would let for everybody to consider it, and then contact me, and I'll send in a delegate.
So,
It's,
so as of right now, we will table this. Let everyone go back to their homes and check their schedules and see who can go, and then get back with Mr. McCollum's office, and then we can formally vote on this at the next council meeting. Does that sound okay? Mr. McCollum, is that fine?
yes.
Okay. So let's do that, unless anyone just knows off the top of their head that they can attend this business session. Okay. Item 12 is departmental business. Don't see anything on the list tonight. Item 13, mayor and council members' business. The Honorable Mayor Herndon.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank our citizens of Northport and surrounding areas, surrounding communities for the always generous turnout of donations. Every time that I request that we help somebody that's been affected by natural disasters, the citizens of Northport, our friends from Tuscaloosa, even as far as way as Vernon, Linden, come up and bring donations. For the past 10 years, we've been dropping those donations off in front of my office there on 28th Street. We've affected the lives of tens of thousands of people in 3 different states over the past 10 years. Many cities here in this past year in the state of Alabama, as far as Orange Beach and Bon Secour and Fultondale and Centerville, North Perry and Sawyerville. We've just dropped off massive amounts of donations, and it really helped our fellow neighbors. I am requesting council to help me recognize and honor those citizens that go above and beyond in helping people by renaming the section of 28th Street between Lurleen Wallace and 20th Avenue from 28th Street to Benevolent Way. It's nothing to do with me, not promoting my business, which is on that street. I just want to recognize the heart of our city, and I think by naming that street in recognition of all the good deeds they do would be an honor to our citizens. But I would ask the council to take whatever steps necessary, and the staff to take whatever steps necessary to get that up and going.
Mayor Herndon, even though you won't come out and say it, but by looking at this, if it wasn't for your heart and your willingness to act and to go forward on these runs of making donations and being there early and making sure trucks are loaded and you've got the right people at the right places, I'm not saying this would not happen in Northport, but it would be a lot harder. And you have had numerous times that you have gone out of your way to do this, and for myself as a citizen, and I think everyone else, we really appreciate your leadership in making sure that our sister cities and everyone else are taken care of in a time of need, because if that ever came to Northport, we would hope they would be there for us as well. So thank you for your leadership on that.
Well, I appreciate that, but I don't want to name it Bobby Boulevard, if that's what you're talking about.
District 1, Councilwoman Bobo.
I would like to thank members of council who checked on me while I was out for almost a month being in quarantine. It's so good to be back, but I also need to say thank you to Ms. Starnes and Sergeant Blaylock, because I've kept them, as well as our department heads and city administrator and attorney, hopping from text messages and emails about things that citizens were still contacting me about during that time. So I don't feel like I ever missed a beat, and that is only because of the great staff that we have, and we just kept everything going. Thank y'all.
Okay. District 2, Councilman Washington. Okay. District 3, Pro Tem Hinton.
Nothing tonight.
Okay. District 4, Councilwoman Dykes. Okay, and I also have nothing tonight. So with that being said, item 14, everyone's favorite, is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? All right, it's a motion by Councilwoman Dykes. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Washington. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. And all opposed, same sign. We are adjourned, ladies and gentlemen.